Time now for the morning rush, and we start with Kristen Curry.
Good morning. A little bit of snow expected out across the San Juans of southern Colorado and New Mexico. We'll just keep an eye on a few spotty showers over the northern mountains in general, but we look to see the best accumulation over the San Juans. The rest of us, a mix of sun and clouds today. This will actually continue into tomorrow with just a few of those spot snow showers up north. Crystal?
On the day's top local stories, we start with Sarah Yingling.
This morning, a suspected robbery suspect is dead and his getaway driver behind bars. APD says Gilbert Zambronio Lovato had been robbing almost a business a day since last month. A tip led police to suspects, which ended in shots fired and Zambronio Lovato dead. Audrey Hapke Guzman admitted to driving Zambronio Lovato to several robberies. She's now facing 34 felony counts of armed robbery and conspiracy to commit armed robbery. What happened that led to the suspect being shot coming up in the 5 Facts. Catherine?
Happening today, accused cop killer Javon Lyman is expected to face first-degree murder charges. Lyman is accused of shooting and killing APD officer Daniel Webster during a traffic stop in 2015. He's already facing up to 50 years for federal gun charges. Lyman pleaded guilty to those. The state waited to file charges until after that federal trial was finished. 35-year-old Lyman is now facing 8 charges stemming from that October shooting, including first-degree murder. Crystal?
On to developing news now. Israeli officials believe ISIS may be to blame for Sunday's deadly truck attack in Jerusalem. Surveillance video shows the moment the truck's driver plowed into a group of Israeli soldiers, killing 4 of them, injuring more than a dozen others. The driver of the truck was shot and killed. New news this morning, AFD crews now investigating how a fire started at an empty building that used to be the Valencia Lounge Bar at the corner of Wyoming and Constitution. Firefighters were called out around 9:30 last night. Crews quickly contained and put out that fire. There were no injuries. That's good news there. This morning, we're waiting to learn more about the motorcyclist who died last night after a high-speed crash on the west side. APD says the man was not wearing a helmet while he was speeding along golf course near Homestead Trail, then hit an SUV that pulled out in front of him. That motorcyclist died on scene. His name has not been released. No word on if the SUV driver will face any charges. This morning, an Albuquerque pawn shop will continue fixing damages left behind by a thief. The crook got away with thousands of dollars worth of jewelry. It was all caught on camera. Take a look at this. After several failed attempts, the crook eventually breaks the windows and then makes his way into the pawn shop there. Albuquerque police are now investigating this. There are no leads at this time. If you know who the suspect is, you're asked to call authorities. New this morning, New Mexico Education Secretary Hannah Scandera says new stats show that most parents are not being properly informed when it comes to their kids' early reading difficulties. PED says fewer than 5% of parents received written notices when their 3rd grader failed to meet reading proficiency standards, despite state law that requires schools to inform their parents. Kristen?
Parts of the West Coast are bracing for more rain and heavy snow as a deadly winter storm system continues to batter the region. Steady rain triggered mudslides, flooding, and evacuations in Northern California and Nevada yesterday, while several feet of snow fell in the mountains. This storm is expected to be one of the biggest to slam that region in more than a decade, as they're looking at rain and snow through about Wednesday. Now, Albuquerque, we're not going to see any of that rain or snow. We could see a few of these spot showers over southern Colorado and the northern mountains, but really for us here in the Duke City, it's just cold temperatures to start. A little bit of wind this afternoon. Highs in the 50s underneath that mix of sun and clouds. Crystal?
New this morning, 4 hikers are now safe at home after having to be rescued from the East Mountains over the weekend. Bernalillo County Sheriff's Office says 2 groups of hikers were reported lost on Saturday. 3 of the 4 people were located by air and had supplies dropped to them. Search and rescue crews had to go in by foot to bring them down from the mountains. New facts this morning. Well, Donald Trump's team continues working to repeal Obamacare. New research in Cleveland shows more people had cancer screenings due to the Affordable Care Act. Doctors say more women got mammograms across all economic groups, including the poorest women. The findings support that the elimination of financial barriers is associated with improvement with cancer screenings. And for decades, studies suggested the main reason women waited to have children was to advance their education or their careers. But British researchers found family background is the main influence. That includes whether families can provide social or financial support to a first-time mom. On to news happening this week. The BioPark getting ready to start its spring education series for kids. BioPark Beginnings is a program where kids can learn about animals and plants from around the world right here in Albuquerque. The weekly Tuesday or Wednesday events will focus on vultures, zebra sharks, giant millipedes, so much more. We have all the details for you on our website, KRQE.com. How about a check on that morning drive? 6:53 now on your Monday morning. Take a look at our map here. Nothing major out there. That's some good news. It's a way to start your work week. As you can see, traffic building a little bit in volume right at Paseo and I-25. Just into our newsroom, French authorities say police have arrested 16 people in the October armed robbery of Kim Kardashian West in Paris. The reality star was robbed at gunpoint inside her hotel room. The assailants, who were disguised as police officers, got away with an estimated $10 million in cash and jewelry. She has been mostly out of the spotlight since that robbery. And finally this morning, Hollywood honored some of the biggest stars in film and television during last night's 74th annual Golden Globe Awards. La La Land, no surprise here, took home a record 7 awards, including Best Actor and Actress, while Moonlight earned the biggest honor at the night. That was Best Drama. Meryl Streep, who was awarded the prestigious Cecil B. DeMille Award, used her remarks to call out President-elect Donald Trump. It's during a lot of conversation on Twitter this morning. 6:54 now. Time for the 5 Facts.
We'll begin with number 5. This morning, a group of Rio Rancho police officers' wives is on a mission to help raise money to buy bullet and stab-proof vests for the furry officers that help their husbands on the job. None of the canines with Rio Rancho police have vests because the department can't afford them. So the wives have been doing events to raise the money, but you can donate today. We've posted a link with this story on our website.
They need to be protected as well.
Oh, absolutely.
Cute little guys. On to number 4 now. If you've had Dion's in the last month, listen up to this. The Department of Agriculture is issuing a public health alert. The USDA has concerns that assorted sliced deli meat, to include roast beef, pastrami, and turkey from mid-December to last week, may be contaminated with listeria after the bacteria is found on equipment where it's processed. For more details, go to our website, KRQE.com.
At number 3, pretty comfortable across central and southern New Mexico, but up to the north and northeast, we're going to get hit with some gusty winds. Spot snow showers over the San Juans of southern Colorado and northern New Mexico. Pretty similar conditions both tomorrow and Wednesday.
On to number 2 now. This morning, police now calling 2 missing adults and 3 missing children critically endangered. Police say 25-year-old Vanessa George was last seen with her 1- and 4-year-old daughters. Her sister, 20-year-old Letitia George, is also missing along with her 1-year-old daughter. There are the pictures on your TV screen. Police say Vanessa George has been the victim of domestic violence before. They may be driving a Toyota Tundra with New Mexico plate 578SNY. Again, 578SNY. If you want to see the pictures again, go to our website, KRQE.com. On to number 1 now. This morning, 3 undercover APD detectives are on standard paid administrative leave following an officer-involved shooting that left a suspected robber dead. APD tells us they were searching for repeat offender Gilbert Zambronio Lovato when they conducted a traffic stop. They say an altercation erupted that led to shots being fired. Lovato was hit. He later died at the hospital. At this time, police are not saying if the suspect was armed. We'll stay on top of the story throughout the day right here on KRQE News 13. We'll update you on our website and on our KRQE News app.